There is a technique Marcus Aurelius used to cut through illusion. He called it seeing things as they are. Not as you fear they are. Not as you wish they were. As they actually are. Welcome back to StoicForge. This is episode 8 of our Meditations audiobook series. Book 8 is the most analytical of the meditations. It is Marcus at his most precise, examining situations the way a surgeon examines a wound, without flinching, without embellishment, with complete commitment to what is actually there. You have the power to strip away many superfluous troubles which lie wholly in your own judgment. Not in the world. In your judgment. Marcus had noticed something that took him years to fully understand: most of what we suffer is not the situation itself. It is our story about the situation. Our interpretation. Our projection. Our fear of what it means for the future or regret about what it meant in the past. The situation, stripped of all that, is often far smaller than we made it. Receive without pride, relinquish without struggle. This is one of the most deceptively simple lines in all of the meditations. 2 clauses. 12 words. And in those 12 words, an entire practice. Receive without pride. When good things come, do not build your identity around them. Do not let success make you arrogant, or fortune make you complacent. Hold it lightly. Know it is temporary. Relinquish without struggle. When things leave, let them go. Do not cling. Do not rage against the loss. The thing that came also departed. This is the nature of everything. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. This passage has troubled readers for centuries because it sounds, at first, like denial. Like Marcus is saying, just decide not to be hurt, and you won't be. But he is not talking about pain. He is talking about harm. Pain is physical. It is real and unavoidable. But harm, the sense that something has been done to you that diminishes you, that breaks something essential, that is a judgment. And judgments can be examined. When someone insults you, the pain of hearing the words is real. But the harm, the sense of having been wounded as a person, is your interpretation of what those words mean about you. Marcus's practice was to examine that interpretation. To ask, is this actually true? Has this person actually diminished me? Or have I allowed them to? Everything is opinion. He wrote this repeatedly across the meditations. Not as a philosophical claim, but as a practical reminder. Before you react to anything, ask, is this the situation itself, or is this my opinion about the situation? The situation, a colleague spoke harshly to me. The opinion, they disrespect me, they are against me, this is unfair, this always happens. The first part is real. The second part is construction. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Book 8 contains Marcus at his most ironically detached. He looks at the way most people live, chasing approval, avoiding discomfort, performing virtue while practicing something else, and he finds it, quietly, absurd. Not cruel. Not contemptuous. Absurd. As in, tragic and unnecessary, because the clarity that would save them is available to anyone willing to look. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. This returns, as it always does in Marcus, to the question of wasted time. Not wasted in pleasure or rest. Wasted in smallness. In refusing to examine your life honestly. In deferring the real questions until some later moment that never comes. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He writes this for the 3rd time, and by now, we understand what it means. Not cynicism. Preparation. He is preparing his perception so that when difficult people appear, his first response is understanding rather than outrage. This is what clear seeing produces, not indifference to others, but accurate expectations of them. And from accurate expectations, compassion. Look well into thyself, there is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. The final movement of Book VIII is inward. After all the analysis, all the stripping away of illusion and opinion and unnecessary suffering, Marcus arrives at the same destination he always arrives at. Inside. Not as escape. As resource. Because the person who sees clearly, who has examined their own judgments, stripped away the superfluous, and learned to distinguish pain from harm, situation from opinion, that person has access to something most people never find. A mind that is genuinely their own. Your exercise this week: take one situation that is currently troubling you, and separate it into two columns. The first, what is actually, factually happening. The second, your interpretation, your fear, your story about what it means. Then ask, which column is actually causing the suffering? That clarity is the forge. This is StoicForge. Episode 9 is next, and Marcus turns to the question he saved for last among the hardest: how do we treat the people we share this world with? See you there. Thank you for listening. If Book 8 cleared something in your vision, subscribe to StoicForge so you never miss an episode. Leave a like if Marcus helped you see more clearly today. Episode 9 is next, justice and community. Marcus turns to the hardest question of all: how do we treat the people we share this world with? See you there.